Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and oh my god, summertime is almost here, and he has finally risen from heaven. And you know, I have all the receipts right here. I didn't go as planned. Okay, but let's get started. So you know all the tea, but if you don't, let's go to the beginning. Welcome to the beginning of the James Charles and Tati Westbrook tea. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to talk the cat. Okay, so we're at the beginning right now. And this is how it's going to go. So, there's a video uploaded to James Charles' Instagram and supporting Tati Westbrook rival company Sugar Bear. Let's take a look.
Back home, I am alive and well. The dust is gone. I showered this morning and I'm still not sick. Fingers crossed that it stays that way. Knock on frickin' wood. I am not trying to die because I have a lot going on the next few days, but yeah, hope everyone's having a beautiful Monday and an amazing start to their brand new week. I am actually going to be traveling today for some very, very exciting meetings. Whew, the fucking grind literally never stops, but I am so ready and so excited for some very, very cool things coming very, very soon. I tweeted earlier that in tomorrow's brand new video, there will be an announcement that I have been waiting to make for deadass 2 years now, okay? 2 years this has been in the making. People have guessed, but you'll have to wait and see for tomorrow's video. I also want to give a quick shout out to Sugar Bear Hair. I met their team weekend one at Coachella, and they really helped me and my friends out with sister security because it was crazy. You guys probably already know about their iconic hair vitamins, but they just came out with brand new vegan sleep vitamins. And first of all, they taste so bomb. But most importantly, I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety recently, and it always comes late at night when I'm laying in bed thinking, which is not fun or fresh. So I've been taking these 30 minutes before bed, and they've been really, really helpful.
Okay, now that you've seen the video, after a few hours, this Instagram video was uploaded to James Charles' story. We have a video uploaded to Tati Westbrook's Instagram story of her crying. Let's watch that right now.
I just wanted to hop on. I don't even really know why. I never get in these moods to just like vent or do a rant or anything like that, but I'm literally sitting here in my studio like I can't film. And this never happens to me, where I feel like I'm here, I know what I should be doing, I should be working, I should film, and I just can't because I'm stressed out and I feel really lost, and I feel in my community especially like I feel really lonely. And through this whole journey of YouTube, I feel like I have been someone who's been super supportive to my friends, and it's been really crap to feel like, not that you should do things to get support, but like, you know, friends should support one another. That's how it should be. And, you know, I'm having one of those days where it's like smacked in my face of what's what, and having to take a look at things and realize what they are and not wanting to realize what they are, you know? So I guess I'm kind of hopping on here to share with you guys, like, me and you, because at the end of the day, that's all it's ever been, is me and my audience. You guys matter so much to me, and the reason I started this was not for fame or money, and I have to really be in that all of the time, like in that mindset. And it's made it really easy to say no to a lot of things while other people have said yes. And my story here on YouTube has just been different, and I like that. But it comes with some disappointment, you know. I'm having a rough one, and I guess
Now that we watched it, so now Tati's out of the picture for a little bit, just for a little bit. This guy Gage comes out saying that James Charles was trying to tell him that he was gay. and that he was not straight and that they should hook up.
We're back. It's been a minute. Made you guys wait a little longer than you wanted to. I need to get this right. Let's start from the beginning. January 2019, I receive a DM from this person. I'm sure you guys all know who I'm talking about. I proceeded to respond as a friend, like anyone would do. Especially to someone who has so much influence in like this world today, you could say. In social media, yeah. From there, I'm gonna kind of skip over a lot and go right to this point. James then saw this as an opportunity to manipulate me as a person who may or may not have been trying to figure things out about their sexuality after the fact of telling him that I was straight multiple times. He then started to begin putting a little bit of pressure on me, of getting to know me without like right away, and they're already like, I guess, talking bad about you, and they can't say it to your face, which is kind of shitty. And what's interesting is like these influencers are like chasing clout all the time, and they're all loud when it's dropped.
After this, nothing occurred. But later on, James Charles uploads and announces that he will have his sister tour. Then more guys started to share their story about how James Charles did the same thing to what he did to Gage.
But today I'm really only going to focus on the Tati video. So in Tati's video, she said she was disgusted by James' actions towards me, the waiter, in a restaurant in Seattle. So I'm about to tell my story, including all the details and direct messages between me and James. To start off, him and about 32 other people all came into the fancy restaurant that I was working in, and they were all there for Tati's birthday. And Tati and her husband came in and they helped set up the big table and everything, so we knew that they were coming. And at that time I really didn't know who James Charles was. I recognized his face, but I didn't know who he was. So when he came in with everyone, it was kind of a big surprise. So when he came into the restaurant, I noticed him and his kind of entourage with Jeffree Star, Jeffree Star, James Charles, and all of Tati's family was there at my restaurant. And throughout the night, James and his friend and everyone, they just kept looking at me, but especially James. And he was looking at me. Later on that night, he started talking to the other employees about me, asking me if I had a Valentine. This was on Valentine's Day, and he kept asking the waiters if I was single and that they thought I was very attractive, or he especially thought that I was very attractive, and he wanted to get my phone number and all that. But the wait staff at my restaurant didn't let that happen. He left and it kind of just went untalked about. The next day, my sister convinced me to direct message James Charles, and I did. We can throw the screenshot up here somewhere in post. I said, "LOL, it's Sam, the busser from John Howie." John Howie's the restaurant that we worked at. He replied with OMFG, and then I replied with LMAO. Then he asked me how I was, and then you can kind of read here, he's like, "Sorry about last night, you're very attractive." And then I responded with, "It's all good," very flattering actually. And he said, "Love that. Did not know you were 19. Oh my god, I am too." We proceeded to talk for a while. It was his last night in Seattle. He actually invited me out to his hotel. At that time, I was bi-curious. I had never done anything with a guy before, and I was curious. Later that night, he invited me out to his hotel room. When I got there, in the video, he said I was brought up by 4 security guards, but in reality, I was brought up by 1 concierge. But besides that, I get to the hotel room, we say hi, it's all fine. We end up watching a movie, and after that movie he asked to kiss me. And I was very nervous because I had never done anything with a guy and I was bi-curious, so I said yes. And we ended up making out for around an hour, and if I'm being honest, he's the worst kisser I've ever kissed. Way too much tongue. Yeah, but besides that, so he didn't want me to leave from the hotel room, and he kept telling me to stay, like, please stay, don't leave me, all this and that, but I really wanted to go home. So I left, and throughout the following weeks, we kept in contact, and my birthday was coming up on the 22nd, and he wanted to fly me out to LA. And that kind of freaked me out, because at that point I was pretty sure I was straight. So I told him in a long text message that I am straight, and that if he were to fly me out.
2 weeks after, Tati Westbrook uploads her video called "My Sister Ending James Charles' Career Forever." I'm not just kidding. Calling James a sexual predator and saying that the Sugar Bear thing was not just a coincidence and it was planned against Tati.
Huge congratulations to James Charles. If you have not checked his channel out on YouTube and you want to be inspired, he's a freaking teenager and he's like a genius with makeup.
James Charles is the face of their holiday collection, and I saw him do a really cool look. And
Want to be inspired, he's up.
James Charles is the face of their holiday collection, and I saw him do a really cool look, and it just made me want to try this palette. We are going to be taking a first look at the new Morphe palette. Hello.
So beautiful. I'm so scared.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. Like it?
It looks so gorgeous. Do you like
I love it.
Sorry, James, I'm on to another Morphe palette, but you guys can still use code James for 10% off this one.
I'm the friend that's encouraging you guys to use code James for 10% off of saving. You can use anybody's code. Use, James's code. I'm wearing my sister's apparel.
In the grand scheme of it all, like, you have to really check in with yourself and really think about, like, is this really like a thing? Because if not, you're gonna be sitting on the internet crying over vitamins when things are really going on around the world. But I'm not one to tell you how to feel, but like vitamins.
So if you're gonna go on the internet and cry and heavily imply that there's a horrible human being and everybody can get what it is, girl, sit on the internet and talk about it then.
Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. Obviously from the title you know that this is going to be intense, different, and this is absolutely not a video I ever thought in a million years that I would be making, but I feel after a lot of thought that it's necessary for me to have a chat with you guys. I feel when you put aspects of your life out online that at some point you are going to have to address them if you make a radical shift. So a lot of you guys saw my Instagram story. There have been countless videos made about it. For me, what happened when I posted the video that now has gone very widespread, I was sitting here in the studio, I didn't have makeup on, I was ready to film a makeup try on, and I received a text from James Charles. I was completely blindsided and my emotions just got the best of me. I never jumped straight to social, but I was just like so gutted. And I made that 2-minute little Insta story. It was therapeutic for me. I don't regret it. What I said in that video basically was that I feel really lost in this community, and that's so true. And it is more than one thing. And it wasn't specifically just about vitamins or about Halo, but it was just about being lied to and feeling disrespected. And, James Charles, he had 9 days after Coachella to talk to me. He knows where I live. It's not far from him. He could have come face to face and chatted with me because he knew that this would hurt me. We've had plenty of in-person conversations that James even then was saying to his dad that every man is a little bit gay and that there's no such thing as a straight man. And, his dad's like, you're wrong, James, you're wrong. If someone who is very masculine and has been with women decides that they're bisexual, that they want to explore, that's fine, like, so be it. But again, it's just like, it's not yours to take. So talking about that at the dinner table with his parents was kind of weird. Him talking explicitly about sex and things that he would like to do. And I was just like, kind of stacking up right now like this. When James Charles's parents left my home, Christy, you grabbed my hand and you said, thank you for looking out for my boys, like keep looking out for them. And I have, and like I'm handing that back to you. Like, you need to not be on Instagram liking comments and sharing with people that you're disappointed that I'm upset. You need to be not on Instagram. You need to be here in LA because your boys need.
After Tati's video comes out, a few hours later, James uploads his video called Tati.
I'm currently traveling abroad and just woke up, but I wanted to sit down and make a video addressing everything that's going on right now, because I owe everybody an explanation, but most importantly, I owe two important people an apology. To Tati and James Westbrook, I'm sorry for everything that is going on and everything that I've put you through over the past few weeks. I met Tati and James almost 3 years ago now, when I was first coming into the industry and when I had no friends and nobody to talk to or look up to. And Tati very quickly took on a parental role with me because she knew my parents were across the country. And over the past few years of knowing her family, her and her husband have given me so much love and advice and opportunities and a place to stay and a shoulder to cry on at 3 a.m. and support when nobody else would or wanted to. And I'm so disappointed in myself that I ruined a relationship that did mean so much to me, even if I didn't do the best job of showing it all the time. And throughout all of this, what sucks the most is that I know there's nothing I can say or do to ever earn that friendship or trust back. But I don't blame them for it. A lot of most of my career over the past few years has been about me making mistakes and trying to learn and grow from them. No matter what anybody is saying or commenting or talking about. Mom, I need you to know that you're the most important person in my life and that you're an amazing mother. And I don't know what I would do without you. And I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me and the lessons that you have taught me and everything that you continue to do for me and my brother. And I need you to know that. I need you to know that. And the same thing goes for Tati as well, who is an amazing person and truly does want the best for everybody around her.
Now let your opinion sink in. I know this is a long video, but let your opinion sink in. Let him, I'll give you some time.
Kind of stacking up right now like this. When James Charles's parents left my home, Christy, you grabbed my hand and you said, thank you for looking out for my boys, like keep looking out for them. And I have, and Like, I'm handing that back to you. Like, you need to not be on Instagram liking comments and sharing with people that you're disappointed that I'm upset. You need to be not on Instagram. You need to be here in LA because your boys need you.
His former friends start unfollowing, including Ariana Grande, Shane Dawson, the Kardashian family, including Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian, and Jeffree Star. After this all occurred, Jeffree Star tweeted, and I quote, "This is why me and Nathan banned James from coming to our home ever again. This is why last time we saw him was in February for Glam Life Guru, which is Tati's birthday." After this, James Charles' brother Ian Jeffrey tweeted, "Why does everyone act so tough over the internet?" Which Jeffree Star responded with, "Why is your brother a predator? Why'd you really move back to New York City? Exactly. Shut the F up." After this occurred, people were calling Jeffree Star a hypocrite because many of his old tweets from 2010 resurfaced, like this one right here on the screen, that says, "I've had so many straight men in my bed naked that I think I deserve the lifetime achievement." More tweets resurfaced that people found, such as this one. "I wonder who's DTF tonight. Straight boys, where you at?" People did more searching and found this. At Steven Struck, "I like straight men, not gay boys. Don't be a jerk." And then another tweet that would be the worst of all is that it says, "Who else is wondering how at Justin Bieber's DICK is? This is at 2010, making Jeffree 24 and Justin Bieber 16. The live subscriber count from Wednesday.
On the trigger, can't pull the trigger, consumed by a figure. Me and you make one messed up masterpiece, disaster filled dream bound to be gone. You know I love the pain. We're going up in flames. We're going up. We're going.
You can head off and go to your Google and check the subscriber life and see the difference. Okay. Now that you've seen all that, after Gabriel Samora calls out Tati Westbrook for being a liar, after this, Nikita Dragon posts tweets of James asking Sugar Bear to help out, and claiming that Tati lied and was not aware that it was not planned against her. It was just a coincidence. Now, and then James Charles had a sister pop-up store in Australia. He goes 2 hours late. Let's check the clip of the people that were there recording. Let's check it out.
Our first question is, what is James's brother's name?
So it's nearly 10:10. He was due on at 10. Rumour has it he's running a little bit late because he's still doing his makeup. I suspect it might be because he's been crying a little bit all morning.
For beauty service, and the question is, how many YouTube followers does James have?
10:30. Still no sign of James. Safety though.
What designer do you wear to the Met Gala? Alright, there's a girl up there in a leopard print top. We're going to her. Alright. That's in the one. That is correct.
Including powerhouse names like Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and Demi Lovato. James has achieved lifetime worth of success all before his 20th birthday. Back in Australia for the second time after leading the Met Gala show.
Did you hear what you said?
What?
Thanks for waiting. I had some thanks for waiting. I had to sort some personal things out this morning.
Okay, now, after this occurred, James Charles was spotted by the Daily Mail leaving Australia without no word. And that's the latest tea we got going on right now. Now let's watch the video of James Charles getting spotted. Okay, that's the tea. That's the tea right now.
How are you? Any comment? Is Tati correct in what she's been saying? Do you sexually harass straight men, James?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Is that a...
Is your tour going to continue, James?
Let me get my opinions. Oh my God. I think not everything in Tati's video was correct, but I am on Tati's side. James should have not done what he's done. And James right now, in my opinion, if this was occurring to me, I would not be radio silent on social media. I would be talking, trying to explain myself. No, I didn't do it. Or sorry if I didn't. I don't know. I would try to be explaining myself and not just letting my subscribers go down. And a lot of people are wondering, is the sister tour gonna get canceled? The house of December tour. He should cancel it. I mean, with all this going on, he should cancel it. And with all this, he just needs to say something, because he could lose his sponsorships for his Morphe palette and Ulta. Last time I checked, they're still selling it. But if I was Linda from Morphe, I would have said, "Oh, James, with all this drama, I just can't keep you here. We need to do something about this. I'm probably going to have to take out your palette off of sale because..." And they're probably talking about this right now. They probably are. But people are destroying their James Charles palettes and returning them to the Ulta and Morphe stores. Can you believe that? All the receipts flying on you. All of that. Okay, y'all. So I'm sitting here editing. And if you made it like really into this video, good job. It's currently 8 p.m. I'm still editing this video on Friday. This is why the video is going to come out on Sunday. But more tea has resurfaced, and I'm adding this to the video as well, so to get the full timeline, because the tea has hopefully closed, and I'm just trying to get the full timeline in there. So events that you've seen previously or like before, or a little back into the video, some things will be more clarified coming up. So let's get into it.
Another brand stealing his ideas. This message was in a voice memo, which has since disappeared from the screenshot. You'll just have to believe me. I have literally no reason to lie at this point. Even though he said it wasn't about me, I still asked to talk to him, but he said he was unavailable. A few hours later, while I was getting ready for the Met Gala, I got this text from Jeffree. Concerned but mostly really confused, I reached out to him about meeting together in private in hopes to speak together and figure out the misunderstanding, but he didn't reply. 3 days later, still no response. I decided to reach out again, but he was not available to talk. I flew to Australia on May 8th, and on May 10th, hours before my scheduled meet and greet appearance where 5,000 fans were already waiting outside, I was woken up at 4 in the morning by my friend because Tati had just uploaded her video titled Bye Sister. Watching Tati's video, it was very clear to me that my friend was still very hurt, and even though I had already apologized both privately and publicly, I wanted to make a video right then and there with my raw and honest emotions. But because of the time difference, it took me an extra few hours to film the video and get it up, and by the time I was about to hit publish, I received yet another text from Jeffree Star. I've already cleared up Sam and our night together being 100% consensual. He was absolutely not trapped in a hotel room, but Jeffree also brings up Zach. Zach is his boyfriend Nate's brother, and not only did I not pursue Zach, who identifies as mainly straight, but it was actually Jeffree who suggested that I talk to him in the first place.
Hey, Nate's brother is single and mainly straight, right up your alley.
Sounds good.
And he...
Sounds great for me.
Uh-huh, and he just moved here, work.
Zach and I talked on Snapchat for maybe a total of 10 selfies back and forth to each other. He was super sweet, but it was very clear to me that he was not actually interested, and the conversation stopped before anything could even get remotely flirty at all. With everything going on, I did not reply to Jeffree's text in the moment. A few days later, on Monday, I woke up again in the middle of the night from a phone call from my little brother Ian, who was very upset. He told me he had tweeted saying, "Why do people act so tough online about somebody from his hometown who was bullying him?" And Jeffree Star, of all people, had quote tweeted Ian's tweet saying, "Why is your brother a predator? Why did you really move back to New York City? Exactly, shut the fuck up." Many people were quick to call out Jeffree for bullying a kid who had nothing to do with the situation literally at all, and he deleted the tweet. After this, I went to check my phone and noticed that Jeffree had texted me a few minutes prior, and I opened my phone to this. I really want to read this text out loud just so you all get to hear exactly what I had to read, but also so I don't miss anything. Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to molest him and touch him in his sleep and made him uncomfortable for months, you sick motherfucker. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in his hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society. As disgusting as it is, I have to admit, bringing up Grayson Dolan was pretty clever. At the height of all these allegations and stories going around, both of the twins unfollowed me, not wanting to be associated, and fans started speculating that the rumors could be as to why. Too bad that aside from our pre-planned collaborative jokes that happened in the Sister Squad videos, me and Grayson flirting, nothing ever happened between us. And when all this went down, I knew Jeffree was lying because the twins were two of the first people to call me and make sure that I was okay. I already mentioned Zach, and I still have no idea who the Cameron Jeffree is referring to in this message is, but he also brought up Sam last, who we also already talked about. Later on that day though, Jeffree was right. Sam did upload a video to his YouTube channel telling the whole story. He left out almost all the details and included an illegally recorded FaceTime call, which was on May 2nd, told you to remember that. But even through all of this, he still managed to get the point across that our interactions were 100% consensual. Next was Jeffree's tweet to my little brother Ian. Now, I did say that this video was going to be solely based on facts, and I of course can't prove what Jeffree was trying to imply here, and I don't want to put words into his mouth. But since it's now open for speculation, might as well clear the air. Ian actually went home for a few different reasons, but it's temporary. He had to get his wisdom teeth taken out, and he's also working on different modeling opportunities in New York City, and I am so incredibly proud of him. But he was also having a really hard time in LA. Dealing with a public breakup and negativity online sent him into diagnosed clinical depression, which he is now being treated for, and he wanted to be with my parents.